Today, we embark on the search for the King Von of Pokemon. We're going to be going through every Pokemon that has double pumped a human and sent them back to the lobby, ranking them from least confirmed bodies to most. Because YouTube can only contain so much violence, this video will be split into two parts. This part will be Pokemon that are implied killers, or have only one body to their name, and the second half will serve as a prison for the real demons of the franchise. Starting off with the tamest Pokemon on the list, Haunter. Its licks make people constantly shake until their life force is drained away. But if you're letting this thing lick you, you probably deserved it, I can't lie. There's also Ash's Haunter, who famously dropped a chandelier on its future trainer, and then turned them into a ghost with a nice blue filter. Probably wasn't the best way to make a first impression, but hey, thanks to the Pokemon's kindness and a cheeky dose of plot armor, Ash is revived before the credits roll in. But guess who's never coming back? Lysander. After failing to control Zygarde in the anime, he is well and truly beamed. A brutal fate that was sentenced by none other than Bonnie?
What would happen if all men died?
Let's take a quick break from child soldiers to bring you the sponsor of this video, Top Up Live. Ever had the unshakable urge to swipe that credit card on your favorite mobile game? Whether it's Pokemon Go, Genshin Impact, or PUBG Mobile, Top Up Live provides affordable, secure, and fast top-ups. Go on Pokemon Go app, 1200 Pokecoins for $9.99. Go on Top Up Live, 1200 Pokecoins for $3.67.
Oh my god! Wow!
If you want to make that number even lower, you can use discount code Hmaz for 12% off your first order. With over 1 million users and a ton of positive reviews, backed by a 24-hour support line, Top Up Live is the best place to top up your favorite mobile game. Anyway, you know who else is a child that knows a lot about death? Arven from Scarlet and Violet. Bro finally reunites with his absent parent, realizes it's just an AI clone, and learns that the real one went to Heaven's Milk Store long ago. Then like half an hour later, the AI one also leaves so they can go watch Jurassic Park in 4K Ultra HD. But who was it that killed your game-dependent professor? I hope I can say killed now because it's been like 2 minutes into the video. Well, if you have a reading comprehension over the age of 6, you'll know that it was the Alpha Caridon or Maridon that lil broed your sandwich eating motorcycle out of Area Zero. It's kind of morbid that you can catch a Pokemon that explicitly ended an important character's life, but I don't think the VGC community seem to care that much.
Because it is, in a vacuum, one of the strongest Pokemon ever, at least in terms of damage.
If I had a sandwich for each pair of Paradox Pokemon that canonically killed someone, depending on the version of the game I was playing, I would have 2 sandwiches. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Depending on whether you're reading the Scarlet or Violet book, you'll learn about the first exploration into Area Zero. As the team descended deeper into the area, they came across either Great Tusk or Iron Treads. Because this was the first encounter with a Paradox Pokemon in history, the team were unaware that they are completely insane. They didn't exercise the right amount of caution for its strength and aggression, and unfortunately this led to the Pokemon attacking the expedition team and wounding multiple members. One person was hurt so bad they would later pass away from their injuries. And that is why Steve is not in Pokemon Scarlet or Violet. The final Paradox Pokemon on the list is Iron Crown, the only Pokemon in history to have an incident named after it. This go is basically an SCP. According to the Pokedex, the Iron Crown incident refers to a time where one of these Pokemon randomly launched a bunch of lightning-fast blades to, quote, cut everything around it to pieces. Now obviously it doesn't mention if any humans were spaghettified in the incident, but the fact that it was recorded and an implied reluctance of any future researchers to go anywhere near it makes me think that Iron Crown turned at least one person into Rory Peters from Final Destination 2. The Pokemon world has a bunch of weather. Sun, rain, children. Wait, falling children? Yeah. Imagine witnessing that after just starting your journey. You're getting therapized for life. And it's all thanks to Drifloon. Everyone's favorite ghostly balloon has been linked to numerous child disappearances across the Pokemon world. You grab onto one of its legs thinking it just wants to play, and then all of a sudden you're thousands of feet in the air. We didn't have confirmation of any deaths caused by Drifloon until Sun and Moon, where they straight up just told us, yeah, this Pokemon kills children. Also, it stores all their victims' souls inside its balloon. And if said balloon bursts, multiple child screams are heard from inside its body. To be fair, we kinda knew this happened already, like a lot of these kids probably got turned into human care packages, and even if they survived the fall, they've just been dropped into a survival world on hardcore difficulty, with no food, water, or idea how to get home. Just pray you don't crash land into a desert full of cacturn, because they're known to stalk both wild Pokemon and people, disguising themselves as an inconspicuous cacti whenever they check if they're being followed. According to Sapphire's Pokedex entry, they are, quote, simply biding their time, waiting for the desert traveler to tire before becoming incapable of moving. It doesn't explicitly say Cacturn kills and munches on its stalking victims, but come on now. I don't think they're offering to play a game of TCG Pocket with you. Maybe you can find some safety in this conveniently placed desert temple. Oh wait, this place is full of killer ghost coffins.
Yo, come on, man. I can't have shit in this house.
In fairness to Cofagrigus, they're probably the easiest Pokemon to not get killed by, as they only target grave robbers who get too close to their disguised bodies. Cofagrigus traps their victim inside its coffin, suffocating them and turning them into zombified mummies. So unless your trainer decides to LARP as Indiana Jones, you'll be a-okay. Another Pokemon that's known to actively chow down on people is Guzzlord. This Ultra Beast has a stomach like a black hole and the combined appetite of every single food reviewer on YouTube. It's hard to rank Guzzlord on the King Von scale because it's unknown how many people they've actually consumed. Even though the dude ate the entirety of a parallel universe's city, we don't know if any people were on the menu too, or if they all evacuated through a wormhole. What we do know is 10 years before the events of Sun and Moon, Guzzlord ate one of Looker's team investigating the Ultra Beasts. I'm sure Looker was as useless in this situation as he was for the entirety of Pokemon Platinum's main story. The final Pokemon on the first part of the list is Darkrai, another dark type that's fond of putting people in black holes. I'm tired of debating whether this guy is evil or if he just tortures children for, quote, self-defense. But after reading the story of the strange house, I will forever be a Darkrai hater. As you explore the house, you learn the story of a girl who was put under a never-ending nightmare by Darkrai. The family tried to save her by bringing her the only cure, a Lunar Wing, but sadly, she had already kicked the bucket before the time it arrived. Maybe if Unova hadn't put a 100% tariff on imports from Sinnoh, this would have never happened. But I don't like to get political on this channel, so to this day she still wanders the strange house as a ghost, still living out that same nightmare. Honestly, I'm glad Dark Void got nerfed because I do not like seeing criminals prosper in this world. And that's it for our light offenders. Well, depends on if you consider dropping a child to be a light offense, but anyway. Thank you for watching, and again, check out Top Up Live and use my discount code. Thank you to all my channel members, and I'll see you in the next one.